It's that time to geek out to some weather here across the Mahoning and Shenango Valleys. I'm 21 News Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm, and a day today in which we snuck into the lower 80s this afternoon. Tomorrow is going to be quite a bit different. Believe it or not, well, this is Irma moisture. Irma is no longer any sort of a tropical system. It's barely a discernible area of low pressure on the weather map, but it is going to bring some rain our way tonight into tomorrow morning, and we need the rain. We have not had much over the last month at the airport. Only 42% of our average rainfall for the period from August 13th to September 13th. So less than half of the rain that we typically see kind of in that tail end of summer. So this is needed rain. Here's a look at the radar when I recorded Weather Geeks this evening a little after 7:30. Some late rain pushing in from the south, and as I zoom out, you can see there's more where this came from. It's just going to be a gentle, and again, needed rain for us overnight. There's a lone thunderstorm over east of Pittsburgh. Not expecting any thunder and lightning here. It's just going to rain lightly, it looks like, for a good chunk of the night tonight. You'll see that on our high-res futurecast here when I go on the air tonight at 11. I'll be showing an active radar with light rain around, and more of the same tomorrow morning as the kids head off to school in the morning. And as you head off to work, I think you're going to need the umbrella, the wet weather gear, especially early in the day. I think rain chances will start to go down as we head towards lunchtime into the afternoon. Now, could there be a touch of drizzle or a shower in spots around lunchtime into the afternoon? Yeah, that's possible. But the steadiest rain and the highest chances for rain will overall be during the first half of the day. And, of course, this is needed rain. Now, we could use more than this, but here's what our models are projecting. Some of these numbers have come down with the late afternoon model runs. I think around a quarter of an inch will be a decent average. Some might get a little more, some a little less. It'd be nice if we had a nice steady rain that gave us an inch, but not in the cards this time around, because again, while this is Irma moisture, Irma is not even identifiable on the weather map for all intents and purposes. You could probably analyze a little circular area of low pressure nearby, but for all intents and purposes, what's left of Irma is now just sort of an open wave. And again, tomorrow, the wettest part of the day in the morning. As we go towards the end of the week, a good-looking day Friday. It's not going to be bright and sunny, but we'll call it a mix of sun and clouds on Friday. And for high school football Friday evening, I think we're in good shape. It's not going to be as chilly as last Friday. It'll be fairly mild, actually, with temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s. And then a warm weekend coming up. Summer comes back. We reached 81 today. I think we'll match that this weekend with high temperatures in the lower 80s in the forecast for Saturday and for Sunday as well. And actually, this front is going to be a real slow mover. It's going to take a while to get here, so we're going to hang on to the warmth, it looks like, for a few days. Well, the opposite of warmth is about to unfold out in the west, and the overall pattern is changing as we go into mid-September. Oftentimes you hear me say if it's cold and stormy in the west, chances are it's warm in the east, and vice versa. Well, throughout a lot of the summer, and especially the late summer and into September, it's been really hot and dry in the west, and no surprise the east has not been all that hot. Well, they're about to turn cold and a little bit stormy in the west, and those are winter weather advisories and winter storm watches up for parts of Wyoming and the mountains, and up into the mountains of Montana as well, even clipping a few spots in the highest terrain of northeastern Idaho. Winter storm watches are out. And look what the European model here does with the snowfall. Again, this is mostly terrain. This is up there in elevation, 8,000-10,000 feet or so. But 6 inches, 10 inches of snow, possibility in parts of the west. So just another sign that the seasons are starting to change. And the weather pattern, again, is changing into one we haven't seen very often over the last several weeks. Stop the jet stream animation here on Friday. You can see a trough digging into the northwest and northern Rockies. Some ridging from the plains into the east. And this will just further amplify as we go into next week. Check out this powerhouse storm heading into the northwestern U.S. and into the Rockies by early next week. Look at this thing. They haven't seen something like this in a while, and this will finally bring some rain to places that desperately need it, like Spokane, Washington. And yeah, there'll be snow in the higher elevations. And when you get a big powerhouse system in the northwest like this, well, downstream there's got to be a ridge. And sure enough, there's going to be a ridge over the eastern half of the country. And I think we're going to hang on to the temperatures that'll be about 10 degrees above average through the first half of next week. And here's the 8 to 14 day outlook, resembling the kind of pattern that we were in last winter, especially in January and February. Cold in the west, warm in the east. We haven't seen that as often as summer has unfolded, especially the back half of summer. So we're not done with the 80s yet. We're going to see a few days with highs in the lower 80s starting this weekend, and I suspect during the second half of next week as well, we could be up into the mid-80s for a couple of days. I don't think we're done running the air conditioning just yet. And this is a change compared to the ideas from a week or so ago. I was talking a week or 10 days ago about how September could kind of be like August. And certainly it started out that way, but I think we're going to see a distinct change here in the back half of September that is going to balance out the cool weather that we've had to kick off the month. September has started very, very cool. We're running about 5 to 6 degrees cooler than average through the first 13 days of the month, but those numbers are definitely going to change over the next couple of weeks. Thanks for tuning in to Weather for Weather Geeks tonight. I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 11. Have a great Wednesday night, everyone.